All right, welcome to the Breaking the Mold podcast. My name is Matt Daly, and I am accompanied today by Logan Hughes, Jillya Janetti, and Charlotte Hickey. Say hi, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Pretty cool stuff we have going on today, huh?
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
As you can tell, everyone's excited to hear us. But welcome, everybody. Well, this is the very first, I guess the rebirth of Breaking the Mold, because we did it before, but now it's legit. We're in a studio.
Yeah.
So thank you to Studio Labs. Shout out to Studio Labs, our partner here for Breaking the Mold.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than the podcast I've recorded at my son's bedroom, essentially.
Yeah, we've come a long ways. You did it in your son's bedroom. I did it in my basement.
Yep.
And Jillya, where did you do your podcast?
In my head.
Yeah, see?
Wait, you had a podcast before?
Just right up here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I totally threw it right. She had no idea I was going to say that.
No, this is my first podcast, you guys.
Oh,
come on. You're going to kill it.
It's hard to believe, I know.
I can tell. Well, we wanted to kick off the first episode of Breaking the Mold and talk about a little bit about us, because who doesn't like to talk about yourself, right?
Kick it off, man.
Mighty Media is our business, and we have come an awful long way over the last, can you believe it's going to be 4 years in business this year, in June 1st, 4 years of Mighty Media. I started it back 4 years ago, and we have come a long way. We moved into our office this year in Auburn, New Hampshire. Very exciting stuff. We hired Jillya, who is our social media manager, our social media guru. Tell us a little bit about the experience that you had prior to coming to Mighty Media.
Yeah, so I used to run all of the marketing for a small nonprofit here in New Hampshire. I ran their social media. I worked on their email marketing website, all that good stuff. I have taken classes in, public relations, social media, etc. And so here I am now, working with Matt and Logan and Charlotte over here at Mighty Media.
And now she's the face of Mighty Media.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
I am the face, yeah.
Her reels definitely get more views. I wonder why.
Probably because I'm funny.
That could definitely be it. That could definitely be it. You are the one selling all the jokes in the office.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll realize that. And we are definitely honored to be here with the marketing magician himself, Logan Hughes.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm glad you're on my team.
I appreciate that, dude.
It's an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
We've come a long way because we've known each other you've known me before I started Mighty Media Solutions.
Yep.
You were actually the company I hired when I worked for an electrical trades company in Londonderry to do our marketing.
That's right.
Tell me a little bit about your journey and where you are now.
Yeah. Depending how much time, I don't know if we have a lot of time here.
You got like 30 seconds.
30 seconds? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, Matt and I have, you partnered, for a while now. The past, 4 or 5 years ago, I think we were working together on some stuff. I had a couple agencies back in the day and, got out of the first one and merged in with another much larger marketing agency. And I learned a lot about marketing. I learned a lot about actually having a business. Where you have to actually worry about the financial side of things, and you're not just a freelance person out there. And then, that all went to bleep button, but
I don't have a cue.
After, so when that all hit there you go. When all that all hit the fan, you and I obviously had worked together for a while, and always talked about how could we partner in business, right?
Our dreams, dude.
Yeah. How could we go from where we were to having a team, creating what would be like a smaller Google type style office, right? A bunch of arcade games and all that cool stuff. But that came to fruition and it ended up happening. I started working with you in May and we've grown pretty significantly since then. So yeah, it's been amazing trip.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah. Been waiting for that.
I can't stop. So Studio Labs hooked it up. They got all these buttons in front of me, and all I want to do is hit every single one of these buttons. I probably shouldn't be sitting in this seat because
maybe not.
No,
we'll get through them.
I got to restrain myself a little bit. So
it's going to be less talking and more sound effects by the time we're done.
It's going to be a lot of sound effects for sure. So I'll be good, but I think the listeners are going to want to hear a lot of sound effects. Mm-hmm. So you were saying back in May, we partnered up, and it was great because we had the same vision and dreams and values and stuff like that. So I think that's what made this partnership so great, and bringing you into the team. And since May, dude, Mighty Media has literally tripled its business, right? So we have had the blessing of bringing on Jillya. We have Charlotte Hickey with us as well. She is our photographer, and she is the one that gets blessed to go out and visit all of our clients in sub-zero temperatures, on construction sites, uneven grounds, getting her feet dirty, tracking it through the office. So when Mighty Media started, the big reason why I started it is because when I worked for this electrical contractor, our social media, it sucked. It was really, really bad. And we needed to do something a little bit different. So as the business director of whatever it was, I was the GM, put it that way.
Whatever you did.
Yeah, I can't remember what the title was. It was a pretty epic title, too. I wish I could remember it. But I would go out and visit the job sites and stuff like that, checking in on my technicians. If they needed parts, if they needed a hand, whatever the case may be, I would go out there and help them. But I was like, man, while I'm out there, I might as well just take pictures of these guys. So I remember buying a camera and going out and taking pictures and then starting posting those pictures, dumping all of the stock images, because you see the same stock images on every single trades company's websites and social medias and stuff, and they're just really bad. They don't tell your story. So it was important for me to get those pictures. And once we started doing that, the owner of the electrical company would start getting calls from other business owners and be like, oh, who did you hire for a marketing team? Who's doing this marketing? This is so good. We love the behind the scenes content and stuff. And my friend that owned the business, he would just come to me and be like, hey, I think you need to start your own business and start there. So kudos to him, and thank you to him for supporting me and helping me get Mighty Media off the ground, because he was like, listen, I'll fund everything for you. Just start doing this, because companies want to see it. And he was absolutely right. Companies want to see it. But a lot of people don't know, Mighty Media started off as a social media company where we strictly would do social media, and then I'd work with you on the digital side of stuff, and you would help me out with that through your other agency. And then we just branched out from there, and we offer almost any service that you can. But our motto here is marketing on the move. And Charlotte, who's filming me right now, I'm going to ask her to say a few words, what it's like to jump out on the fields and hang out with all of our awesome clients.
Yeah, I mean, it's super fun to hang out with everybody and, be out on the field. Most conditions are less than desirable. You guys get the cush life of being in the office.
Oh, so nice.
Oh, yeah.
I get a lot of basements, being outside in the cold right now. But, it's a joy because, I get to see the faces that we're working with the most and have those conversations. And I get to capture moments that, most people don't get to see because either someone's working on their home when they're not there, or it's a construction site and you have to be authorized to literally enter into the premises. So it's exciting. So
have you ever walked into a situation that was just absolutely creepy?
Creepy?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the level of
What's
creepy.
the worst job site you've had to go to?
There was a job site that was in a basement, and this house had the plumbing was all clogged from years of
oh no,
the kitchen sink not being emptied of all of the oils and stuff. And it literally was from one end of the basement to the other of this whole pipe filled with rancid fat. And it smelled so bad. It was cold, it was wet and smelly. And
but you got some good photos though.
Yeah, they were. I think I had to censor some of them because it was graphic. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
That's really getting into the thick of it. I remember going out on a job site, and the homeowner next to them almost pulled a gun on me because it was downtown Manchester, so the houses are really close together.
Right.
So I couldn't tell which driveway owned to which. And when you get to these job sites, you reach out to your clients and hey, I'm here, and they're like, oh yeah, just come to the the back door or come to the bulkhead door in the back and stuff like that. And you're like, all right, no sweat. So I remember walking down the driveway, and all of a sudden a dog was barking, and someone just opened the door up and just started screaming at me, like, what are you doing on my property? And he's like, I'm going to shoot you if you don't get off my property right now. I'm like, I'm just trying to take pictures of my client. I guess he's not at your house. He must not be here. He must be at the other house here. Is it okay if I just walk there? I can see the bulkhead now. And he's like, you have 5 seconds to get off my property. And I was terrified. But I mean, it was Manchester life, man.
Yep.
You gotta love that. But that was probably not the worst site I've been to, but probably the most life-threatening one that I've been to. And I'm here to tell the story now. So nothing really bad happened from that. So there's a lot of times that we go to job sites that are creepy, or they stink, or we get dirty. I know Charlotte gets filthy when she goes on to big construction sites, right?
Yeah, I left a mess that Logan later cleaned up for me. So thanks, Logan.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about your guys' experience and stuff like that, and how you're able to help our clients and stuff like that. And I think the biggest thing for us is we definitely focus a lot on the trades. We don't only market for the trades, but that's definitely our specialty, just because we have a lot of background. Logan, I know that was your kind of niche when you were running your agency. And I have, over 15 years experience in the trades, because that's ultimately how I started my career. I started off at one of the largest HVAC plumbing electrical companies in New England as a customer service rep, just answering and booking calls. And just grew in the trades for there, just becoming a dispatcher, becoming, running an install team, to doing inside sales and following up with clients and stuff like that, that I've already said no to the projects. And then I would have to call them back and try to convince them to say yes to the project, which was a lot of fun. I remember doing my first $1 million in sales for a year. And that was awesome. And then, obviously growing from there, running customer service, helping dispatchers and running and managing dispatchers, to being the general manager of multi-million-dollar, electrical contractors, HVAC plumbing contractors and stuff like that. So I have been in the thick of it, and I've had to hire marketing agencies, and I know that it is hard. It's hard to market your trade company, because a lot of the people are doing the same exact thing. And that's why we started breaking the mold, because I feel like Mighty Media was breaking the mold when we came in, and we started to do authentic videos, authentic photos, and really showing behind the scenes, which leads into the thing I'm going to ask you, Jillya, is, I always say, you don't always have to sell and sell and sell and sell. Oh, $50 off here, 20% off this service and all that stuff, because your consumers are getting tired of that, tired of seeing that, right? They want to see what you value and what you do for the community, right? Which we just had success with one of our clients with.
Right. We have a client in Vermont, actually, who they have, I want to say, 800 or 900 followers. And they recently decided to just do this really lovely act of kindness for a young girl in their community. She loved seeing their trucks drive by. So they decided for her birthday to surprise her and do a parade of, all of the trucks in their fleet. So we made a post about that for them. We made sure to post it in community groups, which is very important. And that client, who, like I said, only has like 800 or 900 followers, managed to get almost 500 likes and I want to say 45 comments on that. People were just, raving about them, how nice that was. I think one person literally said, "This is how I know you're a great company. I'm going to call you if I ever need you." So, it's not necessarily what you sell to people. It's how you, I don't want to say sell yourselves. You shouldn't be doing nice things just to, make a profit, but
how you treat others.
Right. It's those genuine acts of kindness and how you treat others that are going to shine through and, align you with that clientele that, sees that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trades get a really bad reputation too, right? There are bad companies out there that are in the trades, right? You got your, what I call chucking the trucks. That's just one person operation trying to run their own business with a ton of paper. Imagine a ton of paperwork on their dashboard flying around when they have their windows down, smoking a cigarette and all that stuff. You have those people that are just looking for the next dollar that might potentially sell something that the client doesn't need. But our job here at Mighty Media is we're really trying to take those companies that want to show off themselves and their values, and we help elevate their brand and help them elevate and show people like, hey, when they're going through their social media feed, you're not just another company, right? That's just sitting on their feed that they can tell, right? People don't follow Walmart for their content and fun posts, right? So you don't want to just show up as another company. You want to show up as like another friend in their feed, and that's what we try to gather for content for these clients, because it's important to show what you're doing for the community, not in a look at me, look what I'm doing for my community, but it's important for your community to see how involved you are. Because if you don't show them, they're never going to know. And then you have a lot of people out there that just aren't good at what they do and have good ethics and stuff like that, right? So for us, it's really honing in on those smaller businesses that want to truly succeed and run a good, clean business. Because there's clients that we don't partner with, right? We find out that, you know what, this probably isn't the best fit for us. Our values don't align with yours, right? So we have the opportunity to say like yes or no to the people that we work with. And I'm proud to say like all the people that we work with are truly genuine companies and genuine business owners that want to see the best, not only for their business, but for their team and their clients. Yeah. So we just had, Logan, one of our electrical clients come in and share an awesome story with us that like just fuels us up. Tell us what that was.
Yeah, so we had an electrical client come in the other day and dropped off some nice Dunkin' Donuts gift cards to us, which was sweet for Christmas. So that was a good look. And we've been working with him for probably around 6 months or so, doing some Facebook ads and Google ads, and I don't believe he ever did any marketing prior to using us. I think he was.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think he was. He dabbled in some Google ads here and there. Didn't really spend a lot of money, and just started working with us for around 6 months. So he comes in the office and, after dropping off some of the cards, mentioned how, for the I don't know however long, but for the last several years, maybe he was probably doing around $800,000 a year. And he always had the goal of getting to around $1 million. And when he brought us on, last year in 2024, he finally was able to break that $1 million annual revenue. I think he said he did like 1.2 million, right? Yeah. And that was really ecstatic to hear, because a lot of times, like when we work with clients, we try to hunt down case studies. We don't get a lot of there's not a lot of times where clients come up to us and being like, hey, you guys are doing a really good job, right? It's always like, something's really, really wrong here. You're messing up. You need to fix it, right? So it's really good to hear from one of our clients coming in that he was able to hit those marks. And that just, I did a post on this last night about it. There was 2 takeaways that I took from that conversation. One of them being that he was able to, trust in us to be able to deliver on the services fully. Some of the clients, when they work with marketing agencies, they don't really trust them. I don't know if there's a partnership thing there or a relationship aspect.
We're just as good as car salesmen.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's that hard thing to trust.
Marketing agencies do have that car salesman type of rap. So he was able to trust us to be able to get the work done. Obviously, go to him when things aren't working well. And then just letting us get the work done, right? So he's not someone who's like, hey, I need leads now. Whenever we talk with clients and they're like, I need leads now, it's almost kind of like a red flag. And I always take that as a way of being like, well, if you need leads now, most likely you don't have that referral base built up yet. You're not a focal point of the community. You're not building those partnerships and relationships that you need to be doing first and foremost, right? And he was never like that, because obviously, he was doing okay in business. But there's some really great stuff there, and we're excited to continue working with him. I know we we're talking about getting him up and running with social media management to do more of that branding aspect, bringing that personalization into the mix, which is crucial. It's that separator between him and the other electrical companies out there.
Yeah, and when he came to me just last night and this morning too, I was talking to him, and he wanted to start up another service. And what he really appreciated was I actually did a little research and dug in. I was like, actually, you don't need to do this service. You should be doing this instead, which will help brand you a little bit better. And it's actually a cheaper service. Right. Where a lot of other agencies be like, all right, you want to do that? Let's just do it.
Yep.
We really want to make sure that it's going to work, because we don't want those phone calls of like, hey, this is what you promised me. This is what you're not delivering, and I'm not getting anymore. Because we don't guarantee anything. Right? We're just like, hey, listen, we want to be an extension of your business. We're not here to save your business. We want to partner with you and work with you and help you along your journey and stuff like that. But it's much of a partnership. And I know that's one of our core values is relationships and partnerships, because, there's a lot of agencies that'll just go in there and be like, all right, this is what you want to do. Great. I'll sign you up right now. We'll just do that. Instead of really finding out what they need and what's going to be the biggest bang for their buck. And maybe they don't need to even spend all that money that they're thinking about. So yeah, that's a great story. And I know that fueled you up just as much as me when I'm just like, man, that's awesome to hear, because we just want to see people succeed, and we want to see people do well. And I think that brings us to, the reason why we're doing Breaking the Mold podcast is because we want to be able to be another resource for anybody that just might need a little bit of help, right? Not everybody can afford marketing agencies and all that stuff either. So if we're able to give any free advice, we're all about it. We have people that aren't even our clients that reach out to us and ask us questions, and we're always willing to answer those phone calls and talk to them, because it's not about how big Mighty Media gets. It's like, we're only going to get as big as our clients do, right? We want to see them be just as successful as us. So Breaking the Mold we're going to start bringing on some industry leaders and stuff like that other smaller businesses might be able to get a lot of good resources from, get a lot of insight from what they did in their business. And ultimately, who's out there as a CEO or business owner that's breaking the mold, breaking the stereotypes, right? Because there's so many stereotypes out there within the industry. And you probably see a lot of it on the social media side. Like it's a lot of repetitive stuff that people just don't know what they can do. There's so much more they can do on their social media.
Absolutely.
So that's where we're going with Breaking the Mold. We have a lot in store. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think this is good intro here, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Jillya, you're the funny one. You have a joke for us to close out or anything?
Knock, knock.
Oh, who's there? Who's there?
I don't know.
Oh, dang.
Funny.
Everybody was just so excited.
I had everyone on the edge of their seats, though, right?
You did. Yep. You did. So that ends today's episode. Thank you for joining us. We are excited for what's to come, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. See you later.
Bye.
See you guys.